Hello, Capricorn. Welcome. I'm Ryan, and thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading, so of course everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel at personalwithryan tarot. She'll read for you as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Goodness gracious, Capricorn. What is going on here? What is that? You threw me a riddle today. You threw me a riddle today, Capricorn. I wonder if this is how like your mind feels. Is this how it like feels? That is interesting. That is so very interesting. But jumping into this, because I don't want to waste any time here. You're showing me right now, and I'm not too sure exactly what this is about. I kind of feel like it is regarding someone and some type of very, very kind of complex dynamic. You're showing me right now finances aren't very good. At the same time, you're kind of saying because of this financial situation or position or standing, I should say, you're in a place where you just, emotionally speaking, you got nothing to give. You got nothing to give, nothing to invest. Even though it kind of seems and feels like you're a thousand yards away, there you are still staying. Whatever is taking place following this, it almost seems and feels like there is definitely some sort of communication here between you and someone. And this is where it gets interesting. Whatever this communication is, it causes you to kind of like check yourself real quick. And you're not too sure what your next move or your next step is going to be. So there is some indecisiveness you are having to work through. And this is where it gets complex. You're showing me that whatever direction you are moving forward from, you all of a sudden have so much emotional energy to give and invest. At the same time, you're also showing me that you're not making a decision regarding direction with you and someone here that you have a connection with. You're kind of saying I'm moving from point A to point B, but I won't think about point C until something else kind of happens or unfolds yet. And I'm like, this is interesting. It's like, you know that you've already been led up to a certain point where you're like, I know I got to decide, but I'm not ready to decide. But you are deciding to, it's like you're making the decision. You're deciding in order to not decide. And that's what I find very interesting. I'm like, you're moving, it's like you're not too sure about moving forward with it, but you're moving forward with it either way, but you're actually choosing not to actually truly 100% energetically move forward with it. Yeah, and you're finding out what happens when you do that. Unfortunately. Yeah, and you're kind of like, geez Louise. That's an emotional roller coaster. That's an emotional roller coaster. It's kind of like, I know I shouldn't get on that ride. It's rickety and rackety and, well, I decided to get on the ride anyways. And, well, if something goes wrong, well, I guess I'll just decide to deal with it until it happens. Well, there it is with the Tower energy. Something's happening, and this is in the energy of like, while you're trying to make sense out of everything, take care of everything, be responsible, deal with what you got to deal with, you're wondering why it's not going anywhere, and then it just collapses and falls apart in front of you. And it's like, well, deciding to not decide was your decision, and you're finding out, and you're kind of like, well, I'm not too sure what to do now, because now I'm stuck. It's like purgatory, Capricorn. It's like purgatory. Like, I feel like I'm a little here, I feel like I'm a little there, I'm a little, you know, it's like, what happened? Today's about you. I get it, but today's about you. Jeez. Goodness gracious. It seems as if whatever this connection is, there definitely is some type of history or past with the two of you. I do see that the two of you are trying to work on things, but this is what's so very interesting, is as you guys are both actually trying to work on things, once again, you flip right back into that energy, Capricorn. If you're like, well, we'll see where this goes, but I'm not going to 100% be active in the situation. I'm just going to sit back, watch things unfold, not really take the initiative, not really kind of like invest or give to the situation. You're showing me, hey, I'm good as is. And then a split second later, you're kind of like, wait a minute, something feels off. And then now you're kind of like, I'm not okay with this anymore. Like, very quickly, Capricorn. Very, very quickly. You're becoming a little bit impatient, and then there's like the reality settling in, and there's the emotional upset and disappointment all over again. And it's like the writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. Do not go this direction. Do not do this. And it's like, I'm going to decide to ignore that, move forward with it anyways. And I know I shouldn't be doing this, and I know I got to decide, like, do I really want to do this or not? And you still do it anyways. Now that you're going through this very upsetting time emotionally, you're kind of like in this energy of like, now I'm strongly considering my independence, but I just can't let this go. Goodness. That's kind of like going back to an ex and then being surprised that it didn't work out a second or a third time when it didn't work out the first time when you've already broken up. It's like, okay, you probably knew ahead of time you shouldn't have done that. Yeah, this whole situation is like, let me take a step back from this and try and see things from a perspective that actually makes sense. It's like, Capricorn, just stop. This is an energy of like, just stop. You know, you kind of have to change courses or change paths or directions. You're just like, nah, fuck it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to live life on the edge here and kind of do what I want to do. I'm going to be a little stubborn. And it's like, Capricorn, even a goat can ram up against the concrete wall. And until they get the stars and they start getting dizzy by what their own actions are causing them to get, then it's like, stop, just stop. Stubbornness is useful for certain things, but when you're dealing with other things, not so much. I feel like you're having that unfortunate realization of like, let me just stop and look at this. And like, there you go. Look at that. There you go. You were stopped over there, but like I said, you continue to move forward with it anyways because emotions kind of took over. And then it's like, let's kind of leave this up in the air. And then it's like, nope, found out. Of course, if you are dealing with anyone, you could be dealing with an air sign, a water sign, or a fire sign. Bye.